Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another Quant price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Quant chart. And before I start the video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And at the time of this recording, Quant is still holding above a key area of support at around the $133.2 mark. And in yesterday's video I gave you two possible scenarios that could be playing out, basing it on the key area of support and resistances, where I said that we had managed to break above a key area of resistance at around the $133.2 mark, and there were chances that we could also manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $147.9 mark. And in case that happens, I would expect a retest before we continue pushing even higher. I also expected that in case we do not manage to break above that key area of resistance, we could see a bit of a pullback, and that is what is happening here on this chart. And before I get into that, allow me to start the video by first giving you a recap of what has been happening, so that we can be on the same page on what I have here on the Quant chart, where you can see that Quant, after making it to an all-time high, we started the bear market where we had been seeing our prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $40.1 mark, and that is where we saw the bear market low before we started a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the Elliot structures, where I have this Elliot structure in blue having the wave 5, making its peak at around the $229 mark, and also completing the formation of that higher Elliott wave contour to the upside. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliott wave contour, whatever I expected next is a retracement to the lower side in the formation of this higher Elliott wave contour. And using the Fibonacci's, I had sketched out a minimum retracement area within this red target area in the formation of that second wave, and it is within this red target area that I was expecting Quant to give us the low for this second wave. And because the second wave is also a corrective wave, we also expected to see an ABC corrective structure, where you can see we have this ABC corrective structure having the wave C giving us a low at around the $94.4 mark. And I believe there are chances that we might have completed the formation of this higher Elliott wave contour. And whatever we are seeing at the moment is the formation of this higher Elliott wave count 3, which I'm expecting to play out on the long-term scenarios. And by first sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3, by connecting the trend-based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then drag the Fibs to the low of the second wave, that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the Fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $400.5 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting Quant to do on the long-term scenarios in the formation of this wave 3. And because a wave 3 to the upside is an impulsive wave, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that higher Elliott wave count 3. And after seeing our low at around the $94.4 mark, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the Elliott wave structures, which I believe is a fractal wave within the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 3, where we can term these as the first wave. Then you have seen the formation of that wave 2, and I believe in the formation of this wave 3 to the upside before we see a wave 4, then a wave 5, completing a higher Elliott wave count 1, which is a fractal wave within the formation of this higher Elliott wave count 3. And by first sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 of this Elliott wave structure in red, using a trend-based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the Fibs to the low of the second wave, that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the Fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $163 mark. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting this wave 3 to the upside to do, and that is what I'm expecting to play out on the short-term scenarios. And to also give you give support of that movement here on the Quant chart, I'll be giving you other short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, basing it on the key areas of support and resistances. And in my previous video, I said that I was expecting Quant to continue holding above the key area of support at around the $133.2 mark for us to continue seeing higher prices, and that happened. And we also tried to face a key area of resistance at around the $147.9 mark, but you can see as we tried to have a breakout above that key area of resistance, the breakout was not a success, and right now we are seeing a bit of a pullback over here on the charts, and there are chances that we might continue seeing a short-term bearish movement here on the Quant chart. But given the support of the 20-day MA, there are chances of seeing that a rebound to the upper side once we find the support of the 20-day MA once more, continue pushing higher, manage to break above that key area of resistance at around the $147.9 mark, and once the breakout is in, then we can expect a retest before we continue pushing even higher and fully maximize our target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 at around the $163 mark. So that is what I'm expecting on the short-term scenarios. But in case we lose the 20-day MA, then I will expect the key area of support at around the $133.2 mark to give us the support for us to see another bounce to the upside and also manage to break above that key area of resistance, see a retest, and then continue pushing even higher. But in case we lose the key area of support at around the $133.2 mark, then from there we can start sketching out target areas using the Fibonacci's that we need to hold above for us to say that we are still in the formation of these higher Elliott wave Quant 3 to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting here on the short term and the long term scenarios on the Quant chart. And if I also take a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported on the RSI, we are trading at around the 64 mark, meaning we have a bit of room for us to support any movements to the upper side before we get into the overbought region, and massive room for us to support any movements to the lower side. If I also take a look at the MACD, on the MACD we have been able to print a bearish cross, and that means lower prices are coming our way, but we are yet to see an increase in the selling momentum. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.